This is really unbelievable. Um, I am in a common bathroom on another floor in my building right now, trying to use the facilities quietly in the dark because I have excellent reason to suspect at this point and to observe that there are surveillance devices, not just in my own bathroom, in my unit, as dozens of people have told me over the last 10 years now, including police detectives and maintenance workers from the Greenville group. I also found one back in 2017 or 2018. I thought it was like a little dot that was stuck to the wall, and I realized it had a lens in it. And then when I told maintenance, they took it away and I never saw it again. But anyway, I am using other bathrooms in this building for privacy in the dark. And Jasmine Irizarry is a psychopath, sex offender, cyber criminal who specializes in surveillance, according to staffers at the Greenville group. And she's a malignant sex offender. She's also criminally insane, which is why her listing in the Massachusetts Sex Offender Registry, as it was in 2017 or 2016, is now impounded because apparently she's criminally insane. And between 2017 or 2016, maybe it was 2015, I don't know. And now, apparently the laws have changed and people who are criminally insane are no longer listed in the Massachusetts Sex Offender Registry, especially if they have autism, which Irizarry obviously does. She gets compulsively violent, slam things around against the wall behind my toilet when I try to use that toilet. She's obviously on the autism spectrum. I have a PhD level education in clinical psychology, and I can spot people on the autism spectrum immediately. It's pretty obvious. The few times I was forced to interact with Irizarry when she was placing herself in the stairways or hallways around my unit when I happened to be leaving for work, she doesn't work outside the building anyway. There was obviously something very wrong with her affect, with her behavior. She was constantly engaging in strange facial expressions for absolutely no reason while she was just standing in the hallway or standing in the stairwell. Obviously has a personality disorder along with autism and some pretty severe violence issues, and she's a sex offender. So, she was in the Massachusetts Sex Offender Registry 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Now she's been removed, but she has a psychotic, obsessive need to harass people when they use the toilet. I have no problem with using the toilet. I mean, you really can't get through the day without having to use the toilet. You just have to. So that's not something I have a choice over. And Irizarry seems to think that it's some sort of a dirty activity, and she literally becomes very malignant and aggressive about it. So what she has stopped doing over the last, I'd say, few months is smacking the wall behind my toilet in my bathroom when I try to use it. I've complained multiple times to management about how she smacks the wall whenever I happen to physically be sitting on that toilet trying to use it. I'm sitting on a toilet right now. And she has instead started using and resumed using a directed energy device to literally assault people when they're quietly trying to use the toilet. That's a sex offender thing to do, right? Normal people would never in a million years ever do that. Normal people wouldn't even think of doing that. I never thought of doing that until it started happening to me. And unfortunately, victims of crime are considered crazy because they report the crazy crimes of other people towards them. And, things like rape and sexual assault, anybody who hasn't experienced that has no idea what that involves. So when you describe it, people think that you're crazy. I have luckily never been physically raped, but or molested. Thankfully, as a kid, I was a really sharp kid, and I steered clear of creepy adults or creepy people in general. I would literally cross the street when I was walking down the street as a kid. If I saw anybody who looked weird, or if strange cars pulled up, I would literally cross the street. I was pretty smart about that. But having surveillance devices placed in your bathroom and around your toilet is a form of rape. And when your activities are being not just observed by a malignant psychopath who tries to harm people based on what she can see them doing in their bathroom, like Jasmine Irizarry, but when your bathroom activities are also being verifiably live streamed to multiple other sex offenders in your building, then you are the victim of a sex crime, whether you know it or not, and whether you think it is a sex crime or not. It is absolutely a sex crime to place surveillance devices in and around the toilets of bathrooms where people have absolutely no choice but to literally let their bare ass hang out, right? I've been covering the area around my toilet, my bathroom for years. And Irizarry would still get really aggressive and disruptive against the wall behind my toilet whenever I would physically try to sit on it. Using a combination of a directed energy device to electronically assault me while I was doing certain things on that toilet, but not others. But then she would also start filling my entire bathroom with deliberate, intense amounts of sickening marijuana smoke or cigar smoke that obviously you have to breathe in while you're sitting there. And then she would still smack the wall. But obviously, in the common bathrooms of this building, she cannot smack the wall. There's other units around that she probably does not have access to. So what she does when I try to use the common bathrooms on other floors is physically assault me with a directed energy device, which has a range of approximately 2.5 kilometers, according to what is listed about directed energy devices on the internet. And she likes to literally go to town with her directed energy device when I sit on the toilet physically with my bare ass hanging out. So that's happening right now. This is really concerning because it indicates the use of surveillance devices, not just in my own bathroom, but in the bathrooms of the common areas, which again is a class action lawsuit against the Greenville Group because they're permitting Irizarry, who they've jokingly referred to as their surveillance expert, saying, oh, she is so talented, she can hack into anything, she can solve anything. Well, then you're admitting that you're using her for illegal purposes, for perving and creeping in the bathrooms. I can understand why a management company would have surveillance devices in the hallways, right? I mean, you kind of want to see if people's units are being broken into or if people are engaging in theft or vandalism of units that aren't theirs. But why in the world would a management company allow the use of surveillance devices in the bathrooms, especially around the toilets? So right now, while I'm quietly trying to sit here with my bare ass hanging out, Irizarry, the psycho scum, rejected asswipe piece of ghetto filth, hate stalking, sex offender, psycho perv, is literally assaulting me with her directed energy device, which she has admitted to doing on social media. She's kind of a stupid criminal and likes to brag about what she does criminal wise, which is technology, really. A directed energy device is technology. Irizarry claims to be an IT expert. Mr. Oleg Alisiev, the property manager of the Greenville Group, has informed me that she's a talented hacker who can get into anything. So her use of a directed energy device is not far-fetched. That's exactly what's been happening. She's admitted to doing it, and it's happening right now while I'm trying to sit here in a common bathroom on another floor for privacy in the dark, which means that these surveillance devices that she's using can pick up images in the dark. Like, you don't need to have the light on. So it's some type of a pretty high-tech device, which suggests that she's not doing this on her own, that she is being somehow funded, and that this is not just one person. This is a group.